Can we tell the difference between CVS and Walgreens?
Welcome to Good Mythical More.
Yes, chef.
Now, there are stores that kind of do the same thing. CVS and Walgreens. You think you could go into one of those and not see any signage and know whether or not you were in a CVS or a Walgreens? I meant to say, or Walgreens?
I think so.
We're going to be doing that with different chains that are kind of similar.
And I've been told this was inspired by a segment on the Dan Le Batard show with Stu Gatz. I believe this is a sports podcast, so I'm sorry if I said anything incorrectly.
But shout out podcast.
To you. Yeah. I don't know. Sports podcasts interiors of chains.
Sports podcasts are welcome here.
Yeah.
So who was inspired by somebody listens to that sports podcast? We have sports podcast listeners on the writer team.
I don't want to throw anyone under the bus.
Well, hey, did you not know that some of us are involved in a fantasy football league here at Good Mythical Mythical? Good Mythical.
I heard rumblings of it. So you're in it?
I'm in it.
Stevie, are you in it?
I'm not. I've only heard when people are beating Rhett. That's all. That's all that is reported to me.
So at the time of recording,
you hear it through the door and then you walk away.
At the time
it's just the only thing people like to brag about, I guess.
But I will say that my whole approach to fantasy football in this league is I am using astrological predictions of which players are supposed to perform the worst that week, and I am only using them. And as we record this, I think I'm in last place. So I think astrology is real.
Wow. So you're trying to say that you purposefully are trying to lose?
The name of my team is Astrological, ASS. It's a joke. And I specifically went through the roster and then put all the names according to their birth dates into ChatGPT and I said, I want you to rank them according to how badly they will perform on the week in question. And I am only using the players that are ranked at the bottom. I also don't know how to play fantasy football, so I think maybe I'm choosing players that have low points or whatever. So maybe it's not real. Maybe astrology is not real.
Maybe it's not real. Let's see the first one. Oh, so this is abandoned.
We have photoshopped out
that's a Walgreens.
Any logos and
stuff.
So
those posters actually have things on them.
Yeah.
That's a Walgreens. Walgreens does the windows like that.
No, well, I don't know about that. I don't know if they exclusively do that.
Because I guess I'm supposed to tell you. I mean, this is the iconic CVS or Walgreens question, but for the next ones, I'll tell you which ones you're choosing between. But yeah, sorry, go ahead.
This is where the carts park. Inside? You park carts inside? I mean, what else could that be?
Yes.
It could be just a little place for timeouts for children that are misbehaving. Go into one of the timeout slots.
And all the carts are gone.
No, there's some on the far left.
Or that workout where you have to dangle the lower half of your body and use your upper body to crawl down to, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah.
Dips.
No. Well, I know that those are baskets, but it looks like they will hold an actual cart.
They could hold an actual cart.
What?
Okay, I'm leaning CVS now. The more I look at it,
I know that
you think CVS is more like out of whack?
Walgreens and CVS both create some sort of maze in order to check out. But that's what I thought this was, but I'm baffled by this.
There's a lot of floor space right there in a stain.
I really think...
I think I'm going CVS now. I've completely flipped the script.
I'm going to go Walgreens because the windows.
So when you flip the script, is it because of the stain on the... You think Walgreens is a better establishment than CVS?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so that's why you flip.
And I don't really know that, but it just feels
that way. It's a Walgreens.
It's a
so I should have gone with my gut.
They keep all their carts inside? Their carts never go outside?
I don't know if they have such strict corporate branding rules as to where the windows are and the carts are kept.
You ever shot?
No carts are kept inside of anything that I knew of.
Have you ever shopped with a cart?
Why am
That's what I was gonna say. I've never at a drugstore been like, give me a cart. I need to fill this thing up.
a cart full of nasal?
I don't think I've
congestion?
ever shopped at a Walgreens with a basket. I think if it doesn't fit in my hands, I shouldn't be in there. That's the way I feel about it. If I can't walk out of it with an arm full.
Well, now also everything is locked up at CVS
And then
Walgreens. Can't get.
you ring the bell and nobody comes.
I know. And then there's a security person at the front, which is intimidating because I didn't do anything. But why are you there?
They only call him to the front for you.
No,
The
they're
security
always at the
person
front.
doesn't do anything if people shoplift.
Yeah.
Have you
Oh,
seen the
yeah.
videos? I
Yeah.
haven't been present for any shoplifting.
Really?
Yeah.
They're a deterrent, but they're not an enforcement.
If somebody takes a bunch of stuff out of, according to all the TikTok videos, if someone takes something out of a store, the security guard's like, and then just let them go out. That's my
Ears are itching
experience.
like
Maybe I should drop my intimidation. Okay, is this a Denny's or an IHOP?
Oh, okay. Don't
It's
say.
a dog.
Don't say.
It's a dog. That's what it is. Now we got Cholula and we
my
got
God, that is a dog.
Heinz.
We got a dog sitting in the booth.
Cholula and Heinz.
You just said a Denny's or an IHOP.
Is the dog wearing underwear?
I think it's wearing a
Pants?
Thunder shirt.
Yeah, the
Only
dog's
on the
wearing
bottom
pants.
half of it?
Yeah, they do that in some parts of the country.
Thunderpants?
Yeah. Thunder pants only.
That's a cute dog, though.
Now, if we knew more about the difference between IHOP and Denny's, we would know that glass is specifically from one of the places.
Did you go, when we shot
tough.
at Denny's 1,000,000 years ago,
Yeah.
did you go into the
Back?
back?
I heard that y'all did.
Okay.
It was greasy, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't greasy.
It wasn't greasy.
It was scary.
It's a fine establishment.
I will
Fine
say
establishment.
any time we've shot anywhere that has a commercial, well, I was gonna say commercial kitchen, but a kitchen,
Yeah.
any restaurant we've ever shot at, it's just best not to go back there.
That's an IHOP
Why?
because the dog is on the seat. They allow that there. Denny's is dogs on the floor only.
They, depending on where you are, they both can be real shady. You see all types of people just hunkered down in a back booth of a IHOP or a Denny's.
I think IHOP has that color seat, and I think Denny's goes more of a red seat. I think the IHOP has more of a brown
I
seat.
thought IHOP had more yellow. So I'm going with Denny's.
It's Denny's.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Do we know why? Do we know why? Do we know why anyone would have known that?
I don't think that there is a central in-store color theme for some of these chains.
Well, is it
Because they've been built over time.
Yeah.
Reddit, they
They've
might
been
say
around so long.
well, they don't have Cholula at. Can they all make their own choices about what hot sauce it is?
oh
that-
yeah, you best bet that's the case.
Because they've got a contract with different hot sauces. So they got a Cholula contract at Denny's.
guess
Bacon
so.
makes it better. Wow. Remember that?
Yes, I do.
That's the song. That's the
Old
song that we wrote for
Hezekiah-
Denny's.
Hezekiah was a part of that. Old Hot Pocket Hezekiah.
Hezekiah.
That's what I mean.
Well, we know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
AMC or Regal?
Regal, 100%.
It's not enough red for it to be AMC.
That is a Regal. AMC would never
It's a Regal.
Yep.
Wait, AMC would never what?
look like that.
Like,
Why?
because this is
Because it's
old
not-
looking, or
An AMC.
Okay, I feel like we have to tell this story. Now that it's happened, I feel like we have to tell the Regal story.
I don't know what you're about to tell.
Okay.
Is this about the Coke machine that didn't have the soda you wanted?
Yes. Thank you, Carney.
No, I've told.
We can't go there
I've told
again.
that story.
Yeah, have you?
So-
have you told that story?
I went to a Regal theater in Pasadena, and it was just a really not a great experience. I was
I
like,
think he's about to tell the Coke
no,
freestyle story.
no, I'm not. And I was just very disappointed in everything about the theater, and also with just the stuff that came on the screen before the movie started, like even the ads for the Regal ads. And then I talked about this on Ear Biscuits extensively for like 25 minutes. I ripped Regal a new one for 25 minutes.
I remember you said that the first thing that you saw was an ad to rent out the theater.
Rent out the theater.
Which is a sad state of affairs.
And then...
You're having a hard time.
Then... it feels like you still don't know where I'm going with
I
this
don't.
story. It's wild that you don't remember what
Is this
what
a
happened.
repeat of what you said in those 25 minutes and he still doesn't know? Or is this a new...
No, he doesn't understand what happened.
Okay.
Which is, I got out of the podcast, and then I saw a Slack from Jacob, when he was talking about the Wonderhole premiere, and he was like, yeah, we're locked with Regal. Because we did the freaking Wonderhole premiere at the Regal in LA.
I remember that.
And it was about...
Link, do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
welcome back. And so then we had to edit out everything that I said about Regal in the podcast.
Oh yeah, because you said they rented they,
No, 'cause
they
I-
advertised renting out the theater, and then
we had
found
done,
out that we had done
that. I was like, who's gonna rent out a theater? Like, that's how desperate you are. Just show movies. Meanwhile, like,
We're doing it.
Regal deal locked.
We love you, Regal.
And I will say,
Are we cutting this too?
I will say,
No.
The Regal that we used in downtown LA, like, it actually was
Fabulous.
great. It went great. The Regal at Pasadena, that I'm also bitter because it used to be the ArcLight and it was wonderful. It was falling apart when I went, and I'm not going back unless they get a Coca-Cola Freestyle machine, and then I will go back. I will nurse that thing.
They're still recovering from the pandemic, man. Next. Looking hot.
7-Eleven.
High U. Is that what that is? High volume. Okay. 7-Eleven or
I kind of don't want to, just go in the convenience,
AM.
realm.
Oh, it's AM PM. Because 7-Eleven wouldn't do generic stuff like looking hot. AM PM would do that though.
what if it's what's that other place called that started popping up back in North Carolina and everybody went in there?
Bussies?
No. Speak.
That's the joke. Bucky's.
You could order at the
Yeah, I know what you're
It's like a
talking about.
Bucky's, but it's in North Carolina.
And it's not
Sheets?
Sheets. Sheets.
Sheets went hard on the ordering food while you're getting your gas. Looking hard.
I don't think that's the sheets. Now we can look at the.
AM/PM, the actual logo, the A and the M are different things. Kind of like the O is for flame. I think the A is a rocket ship and the M is a bunch of hot dogs. So I'm saying AM/PM.
AM PM.
You are correct.
Was I correct about the hot dogs?
I don't, well, let me see. Let me pull it up.
I can't believe that we knew that was an AM PM from just looking at it without even knowing
High
choices.
volume coffee.
If
Looking
you
hot.
go into an AM, if you have an AM PM that you go into a lot, you would have already known that because you'd be like, oh, I see that looking hot every time I go in there, and I see that high voltage and I
Toppings!
the topping station.
I don't see. You're saying in the logo, you thought that there was.
I don't think anybody
I
would
don't
put a bunch of
think
wieners
so.
in their logo. I feel like you're sending on a wild goose chase. You're sending on a wild wiener chase.
Look for the wieners.
She's gonna come up.
Let's put
hand
a rocket and a hot dog in our logo.
But I was right.
Well, you were right. It was AM PM. Yes. No. There's no the logo just is pretty
just AM PM.
generic looking. Yeah.
And the 7 in 7-Eleven is an arrow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look. Yeah, just like.
And the 11 is two parallel wieners.
Yeah. Yep.
Next one.
Okay. This is this in a Lyft or an Uber?
If you would like to receive $17,000 in cash with no strings attached, would you be interested?
First of all, I love the phrasing of that sentence. If you would like to receive $17,000 in cash with no strings attached, would you be interested?
if your answer
what's
is
about
yes,
that that's uncanny that I can't make out in my mind? It's got two woods in it. That's what it is. If you would like to receive, would you be interested?
if your answer is yes, what? Unzip this window? What?
Is it Oasser or just Asser?
Can we focus?
On
If
the
your
logo.
answer is yes. If your answer is yes.
If your answer is yes, then this is an Uber. If your answer is no, it's a Lyft.
I don't think. Well, can you tell me what's happening? If your answer is yes, what? Reach your hand under the seat?
I think if your answer is yes, speak up is probably what's implied here. If your answer is yes, let's have a conversation about it. Is your answer yes? If your answer is yes,
I'm interested in the $17,000 in cash, driver. Yes, bless you. My answer is
I
yes.
think maybe they turn it around. I think you take it out of the sheet, the sleeve, and turn it around.
Do Uber or Lyft have rules against
Yes,
this type of?
probably.
And they probably have the same rules. So like, I don't know. I'm gonna say this is a Lyft because it's in the Reddit. It's in the subreddit called Lyft.
Yeah. Let's go with Lyft.
I wasn't going to say anything because you weren't even reading that part. Yeah, it's Lyft. It's Lyft.
Yeah. Vindicated.
Do we know any details? Like what happens if you turn that around?
We'll click around. Yeah, let's see if we can find it.
You click around.
In the meantime, I do think you're going to get this one nearly right away. American Airlines flight or a Delta Airlines flight?
It feels Delta to me.
But there's no screen. There's a screen way up there in the front, and that's all.
No, there's screens on everyone. Every one of them's got a screen.
Well, then what's that screen at the very front?
You know,
Delta.
I think I would have answered that as well.
But it's American Airlines?
It is American Airlines. I think if you look at the,
Oh crap.
like, you see it's like an international or a really large plane. I think
big-
that's why
There's a bunch
maybe
of screens.
it's nicer than.
Because American Airlines makes you download their app and like watch movies on your phone.
You're thinking about the United. American does that too?
I think they do that.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I also think that red piece of luggage subconsciously gave us a red and blue color scheme that would be more Delta.
Yeah, that's what happened to us.
and then the red is actually just
we would never have fallen for
it's
that
just rogue luggage, y'all.
without that red piece of luggage.
Okay, I'm getting reports back that people believe the Lyft message is some kind of like multi-level marketing plug that the Lyft driver is also a part of.
Yep. And so Rhett's right. They want you to engage. They want you to.
Tell me about this $17,000 for no strings attached because that sounds pretty good. Ah, so your answer is yes.
Okay, also, this is
Are you
on
saying your
one
answer is
seat
yes?
and the other seat says ask the driver how. Although
Thank
the
you.
orientation of the
Driver is.
yeah. So one
Does
so
not matter, Stevie.
Right.
Does not matter.
Excuse me, gay or straight driver. Doesn't matter. If you got $17,000.
okay, let's end.
Yes.
Let's end.
Let's end.
Hey, we could just end.
Make the call.
You know what? We can make the call.
Make
Let's
the
end.
call.
Let's
All
end.
right, give it to us.
Okay, let's go to the last one.
And then say that because it did feel good.
It does feel good when you say let's end because then we don't have to think about it.
Target or Roses.
J.C. Penney or Macy's.
Ooh, okay.
We're in
Dillard's.
old school department stores.
This is a J.C. Penney. Macy's is actually still pretty nice.
Hold on now. What's not nice about this? I think you're seeing there's a little bit more ceiling in the shot, and you just don't ever notice that.
I just feel like it feels desperate. It's just a desperation to it.
When you have that many like red tablecloths in the middle of the walkways, there's
Yeah.
nobody walking through.
Yeah, and then you got there's no design intention here, you know. And then you've got that little other table right there that's got nothing. It has a little sign that says, "If you would like to receive $17,000 of cash, no strings attached. If your answer is yes, pick up one of these name tags that we've left on this table." This is a J.C. Penney, guys.
Or a what?
Macy's.
Or a Macy's.
Macy's is nice.
JCPenney.
Yeah, it's J.C.
Okay, yes. Okay.
A new episode of Good Mythical Weekend is coming your way tomorrow morning. Be sure to tune in.
No, what is it?
Is this ash? Are these someone's
Your
ashes?
mouth is black.
Your mouth is black.
It is black.
You said one.